Just as a quick close, we've emphasized that hydrogen is happening, it's real. This is, all the elements are there coming together. We've talked a lot about collaboration, the partnership, the education approach. I'm going to start with Emily and move this way. Just what is one final thing you really want the audience to walk away with and maybe take to the conversations for the rest of the day here?
I mean, I think, Ning, as you were speaking, something came to my mind when we talked about some of the challenges, but also the opportunities as it relates to hydrogen. There's a lot of hype, there's a lot of excitement about it. And so I want to maybe temper some of that. Hydrogen can be used across so many different applications, but that doesn't mean that we should use it across all of those applications. That when we think about the whole portfolio of our energy system and our energy demands, and also all of the different tools that we have and will need to employ as we move along this transition, did you mention something like 8% or 12% hydrogen meeting final energy? So I think it's kind of important to, as we're thinking about a low amount of clean hydrogen to use, to really prioritize where we're using it and not get so far into the weeds that we miss thinking about its role across the entire energy transition, and strategic about making sure that we're identifying where we have the most synergies in our current energy system and the best opportunities, while not being so optimistic that we just go all in on it without remembering we have other tools we can deploy as well.
Yeah, so the challenges, but the opportunities that presents.
Yes,
VB, what about you? What is one thing you want people to take in their conversations today?
Yes, it's somewhat unrelated, but I think most of the world today is captivated by AI, and nothing wrong with that. But many people don't realize the energy implications of AI. A ChatGPT search is 10 times more energy intensive than a Google search. And this AI is just going to throw a lot of climate goals and targets aside. And so I mean, there's nothing wrong with AI. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it, but the energy implications of AI need to be looked at. And I believe that hydrogen is as exciting as AI in the hardware sense, and hydrogen can contribute to a substantial portion of the energy consumption in the 2040s onwards time frame. And again, lots of opportunities for research, for enterprise, and that's what I would like to close with.
Yeah, it's great. I'm sure AI is going to come up in a lot of side conversations. It does for me almost every day. Ning, what's something you want people to take into the rest of the day?
I will say the exciting part is I'm glad that I'm part of this panel and this activity, because I think hydrogen is one topic out of many that it really stimulating the conversation between the commercial space and industry and academia, just very organically in the past 2 or 3 years, or maybe even longer, but I think it really speed up because there is a real need. There is a lot of gaps to be closed, and I think that's really exciting. And I want to say that, our team actually developed a web-based tool, High Five. We're playing the video in the atrium. That was kind of a good example. We put GIS analysis, geological science research, and engineering, economics, all the different subjects together into an app that, really supported by our students. So that's, that kind of is a good example for what is a commercial need and what industry need and what our research and the students can do to kind of bring a very immediate need, that what the industry needs is to screen and evaluate storage project for hydrogen. So that's something I just really think is exciting, and I hope that through today's activity, we really try to explore more this type of, opportunity to work together.
Great. Yeah, we need to check that out. All right, Mike, you have a final word here.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, VB, next time I talk to the dean, I'm going to tell him that you said hydrogen is as exciting as AI. So thank you for that. I'll be quoting you. And I believe it is as well. But I guess next year is our year, the year of energy, as Jay said earlier in his comments. Yeah, so my takeaway for hydrogen, I guess it just starts with maybe it might seem like a pretty daunting task, right? Trying to make this, well, transition is not the word, it's an addition, right? Adding something else to our energy mix. We will need more and more energy. Our demand for energy is outstripping our ability to deploy renewables. Hydrogen is going to be in that mix, right? It is one of our best solutions for decarbonizing many of our industries, right? If it's not hydrogen, I often struggle to think, what might it be? And I get very frustrated at times when we are in panels like this, or maybe I'm in a battery panel of all things, okay? Where there becomes a lot of like, I don't know, fighting, or hydrogen's not a good solution because X, Y, and Z, or maybe batteries because of this and that. And like, we need to get past that, right? Because we need all these solutions. They're different zero emission solutions, zero carbon solutions that have their fits in different places within our economy. And hydrogen definitely has that space. So I'd like to see the world get past that, right? We don't need to be trying to pick winners and losers here, right? Even in the applications of hydrogen, right? We want to start assigning winners and losers. You did in a plot up there. But maybe more winners, more applications become available too in the future as those applications make their way forward. But as you showed, it's very daunting. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of effort. But I keep trying to remind myself whenever I think about that, right? And trying to get motivated about doing this research is, you know, we didn't come onto this land with like railroads and highways already in place. The natural gas pipelines were not in place. The electrical power lines were not in place, right? We can develop that infrastructure that can connect all these markets and make it happen. But we have to decide this is what we want to do, right? So don't get caught up in, oh, it's too expensive, or it can never happen. Oh, we can't change. We can do that, right? We've done it in the past. We can repeat that for hydrogen. It's not our first energy transition. Dr. Weber gives great talks about all the ways we transitioned our energy over the years. This is just the next one, and I hope we can all make it together in tackling this. Thank you.
Fantastic. I hear that as let's get to work. Yep. So that's really good. Please join me in thanking our panelists for today. This was really great. Thanks.